Vincent, Tom Enders, the CEO of EADS, has done a lot since the aborted takeover of BAE last September. Yet another chapter unfolding, results last week, and now some activist shareholders getting in on the action too.
Yeah, exactly. An activist shareholder, TCI, the Children's Investment Fund, wants Tom Enders to sell EADS's stake in Dassault Aviation. It owns 46% of the company. It's worth about €4 billion. And Tom Enders said last week that EADS only wants to be in operations and in areas where it fully controls them. And it does not do that for
in this case.
Dassault Aviation. So it would appear to be a candidate for sale.
And we kind of knew it probably was anyway, once that deal last year was called off.
Yeah.
What's different? Why now for TCI?
Well, I think that what the investor is looking for right now is it just has highlighted this as not the best use of EADS's capital, which is a very strong argument, by the way. And the question now becomes, well, should EADS sell the Dassault Aviation stake? And if so, how does it do so?
So the answer to the first one is yes, in your view. And is it possible? I mean, who would buy it?
Yeah, I think that there are two things here. One is that it probably makes more sense for EADS to sell the stake, but finding a buyer is going to be difficult. The French government can't afford it. The Dassault family probably can't afford it either. And it's in private jets and military jets, two very competitive areas where there's overcapacity. There's lots of things, and is that business really going to appeal to stock market investors? I think that's the other question that surrounds the sale.
And presumably all those dynamics will be in the sale price. Which of those courses of action do you think is most likely?
Well, I think probably a sale into the market looks the most likely at the moment. But the thing is, though, I guess one question is, would Tom Enders create more value for EADS shareholders by taking control by buying the Dassault family stake in Dassault Aviation and then splitting out the private jet business and selling that off separately? That's a question I think that he has to think about, and probably a question for the board of EADS.
Obviously with the hope of consolidating what is a fragmented and difficult industry.
Exactly. Europe's defence sector is crying out for consolidation, particularly the French one, and EADS is going to be a major player in that process. This could be the opportunity to start it.
Okay, well that's very interesting. Not as big as the old BAE deal, but big deals nevertheless for EADS. Thank you very much for that update, Vincent.